And you're tuning into the Black Hot Fire Radio, and you listen to Massive Wagwan, Andrew Robinson, your Jamaican brother there, reaching out to all the massive on the African continent, and you're tuning into the Pan-African Bliss Show, with your host, from Monday to Friday. Stay tuned. Love, respect, and justice for all. Big up, man.
Bringing communities together around the world. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Where we play your music your way all day, every day.
Yes, family, Karibuni sana. Yes, to another beautiful session. This is the Pan-African Bliss Show. The media of the 21st century is the radio station you're listening to. The Black Hot Fire Network radio station. I go by the name JOBY. 28 minutes past the top of the hour. And yeah, today I got big mood, man. Mad energy. Don't test me. Don't try me. Like today, I just got big mad energy. I don't know where this is coming from, but I'm feeling so great. But nonetheless, Karibuni sana. I hope you guys are also feeling blessed, feeling amazing as I am. And a quick shout out to everyone who's on Facebook, on YouTube, everyone live with us on TikTok, on Twitter. Shout out to Mr. Black Hot Fire, I see you. Shout out to Evan, shout out to User85. Shout out to also everyone live with us on Rumble and on the show page and on our radio station. Karibuni sana. If this is your first time right here, enjoy the show. And of course, feel free to subscribe and also do have or rather rush to the Google Play Store and download our app, which is very easy to find on the Google Play Store. If you are an Android user, kindly search for Black Hot Fire Network on the Google Play Store and you find our app, which takes you straight to our website. And of course, through our website, you can also listen to the radio station. And if you listen to the radio station, also you can use literally other apps on your phone. That is the privilege you have with the Black Hot Fire Network application. Karibuni sana. And of course, for today's conversation, we shall be discussing what is happening in the 254. And I heard today's show was crazy, super hot fire. That is on the Vibe show. People were discussing whether the Iwaton was having a discussion on the finance bill. And that is actually the conversation I'm also extending on. I did discuss a bit on that yesterday. When we were checking about how much Ruto is earning, we went down and also checked a couple of things that he has done and how the country or the people are so mad. And today, I'll be showing, of course, images of what is happening, demonstrations like Kenyans promised. They shall mobilize the parliament, and this is actually happening right now. I'll be sharing a video on that. I'm not sure if there's so far tear gas that have been thrown, but I'll be sharing the images of what so far has been covered and what is place and much more of what is happening, because I see some of the actually taxes have been pulled down, and we're talking about the bread. We're also talking about that is actually the eco levy. Some of the eco levy tax that was supposed to be passed today on today's bill have been dropped, and some of the things I'll be discussing also on the article I'll be reading on what is happening and still what is to happen. So karibuni sana, and of course I'd love to hear from our people, especially the 254 people. Uko wapi sasa hivi? Are you literally outside the parliament? Are you taking caution of what Boniface warning you guys of? Because yesterday, shout out to Boniface Mwangi. I really love this guy because he's one of the Pan-Africanists and one of the people we've been seeing advocating for the true democracy that Africans do deserve. And he has urged people, or he did urge people, that was actually yesterday. And since last week, as they did conduct and organize a plan on how they're going to mobilize the parliament, they warned people on some of the things not to do, and I'll be reading them for as I come back from the short musical break, and of course as we come back with the quote of the day. Boniface Mwangi warned people yesterday. So if you're not doing any of this, literally you are the problem, because as much as you're literally going out there to demand the bill not to be passed, it's not supposed to be a violent demonstration. We need to go peacefully, and I'll be coming back with the 10 facts or some of the 10 code of conduct that people are supposed to be taking as they do this particular demonstration or rather mobilize the parliament. So karibuni sana, shout out to Mark in the house and to everyone who's also on these other channels, that is on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter. Karibuni sana. Let me know where you're streaming with us from if this is the first time right here. But to the family, karibuni sana, hit that like button, and of course welcome to today's conversation. Follow the live creator if you are on TikTok. This is the first time. Let me know how you feel about the finance bill. Are you on parliament? What are your thoughts regarding what Ruto is doing? Because we thought it was the hustler nation. We're going to actually cover the debt that the country has had from the previous regimes, but it seems like literally we're the ones as the citizens being hustled. We are the ones giving so much of our lives, and I said yesterday, this is a mode of enslavement that the Ruto is practicing, and we can see clearly that people are understanding this is the white supremacy that is literally active in our country and taking act and controlling our people who are so-called presidents, and they claim they have power. Shout out to Mark. He says we must reject the finance bill. Kabisa, that is the hashtag and the motto that we are passing today and throughout the week, because the MPs have been warned. We've been seeing the people calling them the MPs, but I'd love to hear from the majority. What are your thoughts regarding the hashtag going around? Reject finance bill 2024. Are you in support or are you in reject of it? Karibuni sana once again. Back to the music. We started, of course, with an amazing jam. That is Asano. Shout out to the homie, and of course featuring Caterpillar and also Siwa Saida, one among the people who have come here also on the Black Hot Fire Network for interviews. Legends right here in the 254 doing amazing things in the 254 music. And of course, do enjoy the music that is coming up next. This is Somiso, one of my favorites, of course. I've been putting you on, guys, on music tonight. Kamle shall not be on the building, but of course being on Tuesday, and you know the drill, JOBY on the deck. I'll be taking you guys through the vibe. So karibuni sana for now. This is the Pan-African Bliss Show. I'm coming back with the quote of the day as we get started with what is happening in our African continent. If you have something positive, kindly share. Shout to JJ. Shout to Ndikwako. Where? It's giving that African vibe name, you know. Tell me what I about. I just want to tell you, if you're worried about anything, let go, manze. We as human beings, we literally try so much to be in the space of wanting to control everything. We can't. The creator controls everything. As much as we have the ability to create our lives, you can't control everything in life, imagine. You can't. So if you're really worried about anything, come and see finance bill. The finance bill is what we should be worrying us right now. But if you're worried about anything that is not regarding the finance bill, please kindly let go. Be easy on yourself. Stop allowing so much to take much of your peace. Learn how to protect your energy. Learn how to protect your peace. And learn how to create happiness. Literally, every morning when you wake up, find a reason to smile. Yeah, shout out to, shout out to Awino After. Thank you so much for tapping the screen. Welcome to the Pan-African Bliss Show. This is the Blackout Fire Network radio station, and we're here to discuss the finance bill. What are your thoughts regarding this? Uko kwa parliament ama uko wapi? Yes, and of course, welcome back. This is the Blackout Fire Network radio station media of the 21st century. Catch me tonight if you want to listen to much more of the music. This is not a musical station. This is a talk show, 36 minutes past the top of the hour. Of course, Karibuni sana to yet another beautiful discussion. As we get to educate each other on what is happening throughout the continent, welcome. If this is the first time right here, feel free to subscribe. If you are on YouTube, if you are on Facebook, kindly follow us. If you're also on Twitter, kindly follow us. And for those who are literally right here, the family, do hit that like button. And of course, welcome to today's discussion. As we get to expand the conversation, which I was discussing yesterday about the African leadership and how you can see the leaders, the puppets, how they keep on making all these fake, promises, and finally the people are seeing it. And I was saying yesterday that it's actually very evident, because if I try look at the 3 years personally of me growing and understanding everything that has been happening, the lies we've been fed as African people, I'm so glad to see the gap of growth. Actually, it is massive, because 3 years ago, personally, the people I bumped into that understood the African lies, the miseducation, the religious facts and lies, how we were indoctrinated, miseducated. It was people like Dr. Mombi. We had people like Professor Lumumba. We had people like Dr. Arikana. We had Blackout Fire. We had people like Wodemaya-ish, like I said yesterday. Wodemaya-ish. We had literally so many young people who are trying. We had Susan Yarkano. She was one of the people who was following right here on TikTok. And she was actually not even given an approval by TikTok because she was educating people. But right now we can see the platform has expanded, and so many people are coming out to talk about and educating African people on what is happening. So personally, I was saying yesterday, if you try to look at the gap, the growth, it is massive. Literally, you can tell that African people have tapped into the truth. African people are so willing to learn. African people are trying to understand the miseducation of history and what is happening today. And we can see it today because people of Kenya have taken it to the parliament and they are mobilizing the parliament. But before I get to share the images of what is happening, yesterday we had one of our very own Pan-Africanists and one of our very own activists, that is Boniface Mwangi, who went ahead and spoke about and gave us some clear measures on what should happen. Okay, my friend has frozen. I don't know what is happening. Let me know for you guys on TikTok if you guys can hear me. My phrase has frozen. Shout out to Maina Derek on TikTok. Yes, I see you guys passing by. But on this other end, my screen has frozen. And I want to share, my laptop was frozen. So I want to share the images and read what Boniface Mwangi was warning people. And shout out to him because he's one among the people we've been seeing again, educating Africans, I don't want to say Kenyans, but Africans, about the dirty lies of politicians. And one of the biggest examples I love using is it did release a documentary that was in 2022 on December. And that this documentary was aired, actually, it was for the few who catched, because he had, not so many people, again, the way we've been raised, so many people are not really interested in learning about politics or figuring out what is really, really happening. But in 2022, he did or had a whole documentary of what took place in 2007. And he did actually, on the documentary, mention on how he was on one among the photographers, sorry. Okay, there, my screen is back. He was one among the photographers who were actually covering up what was happening in places like Kibera, in Mathare in 2007. And he remembers that day in 2007, among the days when the violence was still going on. He went to Java House, one of the coffee stations we have right here. And he met Kibaki and the opposition leader, who today is still very active and paid, Raila Odinga, having a cup of tea, and they were laughing. But on this other end, we can see that actually the Kikuyus and the Luos are fighting and making it all tribal. So that makes you understand a lot, again, when it comes to the opposition parties, who they really are and how they fuel violence in the country, or how they are paid to create a distraction. But shout out to Boniface Mwangi once again. He came out and tried to educate people on some of the code of conduct, or some of the things to do as they head out to march on denying the Finance Bill 2024 being passed in Kenya. So one among it is, he said, stay cool, especially when harassed. You are an ambassador for peace. Let me try find it on my phone. This is too far for me to read it. That is too far for me to read. I can't. Too far for me. My eyes, no, do not allow me. My eyes barely allow me to read that. So let me try get it on my phone kindly so I can read it for you guys on some of the things that people have been educated about. Because if you try to look at how the opposition party has organized demonstrations or mobilization of, some of the things happening in the country, it is always very badly organized. There is no do this and this and this. It is always people being
it's divide and conquer. It's divide and conquer tactics. Opposition is no opposition in Africa. They're controlled opposition, when both parties are controlled by the same people behind the scenes. So they know eventually people are going to get mad, but they need an outlet. People are going to get mad because the policies do not benefit the people. They know eventually they're going to get mad. So you have an opposition party to channel that energy, so people get mad. Yeah, well, I'll fight, but nothing ever changes. It's a scam. So those are opposition.
But Karibu Sana, how are you doing today?
Not Sana, Joey. How are you doing today?
I'm okay. I'm feeling good. I'm just feeling good. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Got to see the KFC afterwards, so.
Yeah, that's even gonna make me feel more good, more like, it's KFC, baby. Shout out to Joe Mosquito, shout out to Jaba Karibuni Sana, and good morning to all of you. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Good afternoon from my end. But I want to read some of the things. Of course, we have Kenyans who have marched all the way to the parliament. I'll be sharing the videos of what is happening. But before that, I want to share one of our activists was educating people to do. And I'm talking about, we talk about the opposition we've seen. That was last year. We had demonstrations that happened without them being organized. We've talked about Africans organizing and having a way on how we can make things happen without our lives being, on the line. And this is one among the things that we can see Boniface Mwangi has done. So he told people during the demonstration or during the mobilization, what they should do is stay cool, especially when being harassed. You are an ambassador for peace. You're not there to fight or cause violence. But if you try to look at how our police officers respond, and that is what we're waiting to try and see. If this is going to be a peaceful demonstration and they try to react, it shows that truly we do not have a democracy, because I have the right, according to the laws, I have the right to demonstrate. I have the right to call upon what is right and wrong. If I see the politician appointed not acting correct, I have the right to check on you. I have the right to check on you because you are working for me. I'm not working for you, but these people want to turn the tables and now make Kenyans to be working for them. And this money is not gonna. That is the question I even had. All this agenda that Ruto has, is this money going to be landing on their pockets? Is it going to the cats with the small hats? Is it this another way of literally getting Kenyans, the way they have been doing it to Americans, you know, to get taxes to fuel wars? What is this all about?
Well, that's going to the cats, because the cats are the ones that floated those fake loans, that loans out of nothing. That's why they want the actual minerals of the country. That fake paper that they send. They want the real wealth coming back to them. So yeah, that's going to the cats that own the banks. They don't want to own the banks.
We have to sit down and ask ourselves, we actually as a nation, again, talk about independence. What are we celebrating? What do you keep on celebrating? We see literally other nations coming in and out, popping here like, you know, they are flies. They can come and make demands how they want. We see Ruto going out saying, I'm not going to attend this summit, but all of a sudden, he's not acting the way he talks. Your actions are not matching.
Exactly. See, but the thing is that Joby, they can get away with that. It's too many Africans now waking up. You guys were fast asleep and fast. They could say you guys were called docile morons. That's what they call Africans. That's docile morons. And so the politicians can say, I'm just saying what they said. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm saying what they said, Joby.
I agree.
I'm just the messenger.
I agree. Well, we'll say the indoctrination has been very active in Africa for so long. That is what we know. They have played the tribalism game for so long. They have played all the religious scheme for so long. They have played the hope and pray for so long. And right now, people are seeing that there's nowhere that prayers can bring food to my table. It's not helping. And to make, I was to share that image yesterday. I screenshotted that image yesterday. As people are going to demonstrate, literally, they are saying that there's nowhere prayers are putting food to the table. Prayers are not helping anymore. So stop telling us that we need to expand evangelism and you're taking loans to literally pocket on your pockets and you're asking us to, you're imposing taxes on us as money. That
scam is not working anymore. Yeah, they would always use the religious scam. So the people wake up, that religious talk not working anymore. See, religious talk is supposed to pacify the people, be like an irritant. They just say that goofy shit, like, oh yeah, Jesus, oh. It's supposed to pacify people, but it's not working anymore. People are waking up to the scam. You know, you got one part. Remember, Benny, it was your deputy president's wife or somebody's wife brought Benny Hinn. Benny Hinn's not being prosecuted as a charlatan, a phony. And the Africans didn't know this motherfucker is a 50-year charlatan. He's now come out telling people, yeah, I'm a charlatan, it's my fault. I don't want to go to jail. I'm only human. I know I lied to people.
That is the deputy president's wife. We were checking them yesterday. Shaba was on the show and John Mosquito and everyone was there yesterday. We were checking them yesterday. These people have been given salary raise.
Of course. Why would they get salaries? They're not part of the government. That's called corruption. They're not part of the government. They don't have any governmental job or function. That's corruption right in your face. They play with you in your face because they know you're stupid. But now you're just waking up. You say, what? How's this lady and these people getting salaries when there's no one elected for these people? They do not get the right to have a salary.
Exactly. There's nothing that people just invite people to give us fake prayers right here, pay them millions, still out of the taxes of Kenyans. God damn it.
It's corruption in your face because for so long, Joby, these African no good bastards have lived off the ignorance of African people. They've enjoyed it. They know, oh yeah, we just say stupid shit, talk about Jesus, and as we rob and steal from everybody. But that only can go for so long because the African is waking up, Joby. It's not going to be business as usual from now on in Africa. Too many Africans waking up. Too many. And you're going to be overthrown. I told you revolution is coming to Africa because it's so corrupt. Created by the white man to be corrupt.
And that's why I started by saying, Keith, if I try look at the 3 years I've been here personally and everything I've learned so far, if we try look at the gap, it's crazy. Because I've given an example of the people you know, we had people like Professor Lumumba. Those are the videos I could share. We had Dr. Mombi, we had Susan Yarkano, we had Anita Ivy just came recently. We had Wodemaya Ish. I said Ish, okay, because he wasn't really educating Africans, like, you know, truly. What is
he couldn't. He didn't know. He didn't know shit. He couldn't educate you about things he didn't know. He don't know nothing, so he couldn't educate you about that he didn't know.
If you try look at 2021 and now 2024, it's actually a very, you can see the growth. So yes, I agree. African people.
Yeah, you got to put yourself in that as well, Joby.
What is going to happen? We're not just gonna hold accountable of those who are currently in leadership. We're going all the way down the train, all the way generation, because these people have been practicing nepotism, right? See Museveni, what he's trying to do, you know. See what the Kenyattas have been doing. You know, see what in other countries like Equatorial Guinea and other countries, what they have been doing.
The same thing, Joby. The same thing all throughout Africa.
We are holding all of you accountable, and everyone who married a cracker, all of you, we are, oh my God, it's gonna be brutal. I don't know. I'm trying to see and observe how Burkina Faso is going to be dealing with the enemies, okay? Like
that's why the gentleman on Airtime's show yesterday from Rwanda asked me about Ibrahim Traoré. He asked, that's because everybody knows that's the real thing, Joby. That's why they're trying to kill him. That's the real thing. Not like none of these African puppets. He's the real thing. That's what they're scared to death of.
Because these 3 countries, I believe the rest of African people are watching. The youths are watching. But shout out to everyone on TikTok. Shout out to Marcus. He says must go. Shout out to Political Pundit. Shout out to Caris. Political Pundit says that they have tear gassed us and violated Article 37 of the Constitution. Wow! Right now,
they tear gas. See, because you don't live in that democracy shit is the scam. They know. I told the policemen put there in Kenyan Africa. They serve the white man's interest. That's why they're there. Africa never had no police. That's the white man's institution. That's to serve his interest, not the African people. And so when Africa always rises up, this is dangerous. They about to fuck up our stealing, tear gas they ass. But it's not gonna work anymore because the youth are the majority of the continent, Joby. The black youth are the majority.
We need to overcome fear. That is just what we're trying to. The youths, we need to overcome fear because we need to understand these people do not have enough bullets. Okay, when they come actually even to attack us, they come with like a few bullets because they know we are scared. These people do not have enough bullets. They can't outnumber us, literally.
Believe me, Joby, the African youth gonna get past. African youth are gonna get past that fear. Once they get past that fear, oh God, let me share this video with you too. Yeah.
Because you know, to tell you that the youth, we can outnumber all these created fake police, all these fake organizations, you know, all these fake laws. This is why the white man has been continuously trying to attack even our birth rate, you know, the so-called
Exactly. Yes, Joby. Exactly.
Because they know we will outnumber them. The numbers ain't enough. They don't have enough numbers. They do not.
Exactly.
Pandit also says Ruto is a puppet of the West. Kabisa, exactly. Says the World Bank and the IMF are running Kenya. Exactly, that is true. And also see Karis in the building. Karibu Sana once again says, I've been arrested. I'm currently in Central Police Station. God damn. They are taking away our phones. God damn. This is crazy. Thank you so much for updating us. That's what is happening. But this is not what is supposed to be happening. How is this a democratic country? That is the question. That is what we should actually be chanting right now. How is this a democratic country How is this a democratic country if I have no freedom of expressing my needs?
It's not then, Joby. Then it's a scam. Exactly. You're now understanding that you're in a scam. I sent you a video, Joby. I want you to play it on your show on WhatsApp. Once you play it, it shows you that African people are waking up because this is what you see. So they're just being exposed. So there's no more fakery about Kenya being a democracy. We support democracy in other countries. We're going to give democracy to Haiti. Hey, what? It's all bullshit. Africa is kept as a fiefdom, and these puppets run the fiefdom for the white man. That's what it is. And that's why you see, how can my democratic rights are supposed to be able to come and readdress my grievances to the government? Because you work for me. I don't work for you. You work for me. The president works for you, for the people. So why am I being tear gassed? Because I told you I don't want this bill to pass. The majority of Kenyans do not want that bill to pass. So if it was a democracy, that bill wouldn't pass. But the white man wants it passed. Glad you know who runs the country, not these puppets. Just get to make these fake ass speeches. So everything is being revealed, Joby. The Africans are seeing from raw footage everywhere. All this lip service about this fake ass democracy shit that they've been given. They never had no democracy in no Africa, and they never intended to give it to you. It's about can we steal and put our puppets in? Ruto is a no good, dirty puppet that's supposed to be in prison for killing Kenyans back in 2007 and after that. He's a criminal. Just like the moron in Ghana is a criminal. The moron in goddamn Nigeria is a criminal. Tinubu. They're all fucking puppet ass criminals. But see, it's too late because too many Africans are waking up. That's the problem. It's not gonna be business as usual no more. That's what they're scared. Oh, you get that video. That's scared. Them saying that in that video, that scares the shit out the white man. I said they're scared. That video I sent you, that's scared. They done said, I'm not no Ghanaian, I'm not no Zambian, I'm not no Zimbabwean, I'm an African. That scares the shit out the white man. I don't want these borders. I don't want these borders no more. I want African unity now. Don't nobody white tell me in Europe that I can't get rid of these borders. See, this is getting to the youth. This scares the shit out of white people because that means the wealth comes back to Africa unapologetically. You're not going to live off our backs no more. You're not going to want to hear these puppets talk about Jesus and Allah no fucking more. You keep that shit. They want to pacify you with prayers. Oh, the prayers, that's praying for Jesus. Nah, fuck all that. You know, all the levels of control are coming down. They're scared.
Let me share.
Go ahead.
Let me share this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's continue.
As long as we are concerned, Africa is one. I am not a Ghanaian. I am not a Zambian. I am not a Zimbabwean. I do not recognize a Ghana. I do not recognize a Zambia. I recognize Africa.
I recognize none of that.
One passport, one citizenship, one currency, one military command, one central bank of issue, one communication system, one people, one destiny. That is the Africa that we want. And we are here not to beg for it.
White man don't want to hear that
We
shit.
are declaring it as of right.
Period.
And it is ours to do so. Nobody has the right to sit in Berlin and declare Africa divided.
Man, I think on my past life, I must have died either a freedom fighter
Probably
or I
did.
must have died on a military because this is
Probably did.
giving me so much face. Like, I'm like, oh, like, you have no idea how I'm feeling. You have what is happening right now in town. I'm like, I want to see people fight. I don't want to see people running away. I want to see people fight. I want to see people fight. You should knock a police officer out. Like, what you talking about? Guy. Anyway. Oh my God. What? No, this is just so great. What up? Personally, this is the history of ourselves. Our own history just should give you so much power. Like, you should just have so much, I don't know, that is just enough power. Like, you just learning about yourself and what our people have gone through. Me, that just gives me like enough, like, yeah, it's enough for me. That is enough strength I need. That is just enough. Having that knowledge, oh my, that is enough power for me. Because, yeah, God damn. Shout out to everyone on TikTok who's joining. Shout out to K. Williams, shout out to Jiba Jaba. Karibu sana K. Williams. I've not seen you in a minute. Hope you're doing amazing. I've been asking for you, but it's nice to see you. Jiba Jaba says pray in one hand and pee in the other hand and watch which one flips. I mean, you know, simple mathematics, which is, and I also see K. Williams, Karibu Sana, with the hashtag free Joby. Karibu Sana, hope you're doing great, man. It's been a minute and I'm doing great. I don't know how you are doing. Personally, I'm doing amazing. And he says, that is right. Keep that religion BS, and says, Joby wants some payback. I do. Trust me. I said that yesterday. I'm going to be one of those queens once we take back the kingdomship, man, with that white man's ass. Like, what you talking about? I want to see it turn red, you know? I want to see it turn red, period. You know? Tie them somewhere on the sun. Let them
if you guys want to see yesterday's show, I had to put it on private on YouTube, but it's still up. It's still up on Facebook, and it's still up on Twitter. So the show is still up. Still a good show. I had to put it on private on YouTube. So it's still up on got about 500 views over there on Facebook.
And I love making my enemies suffer. Trust me, I do. I enjoy that stuff. Personally, I do. I enjoy if you cross me, I enjoy watching you suffer. Trust me. It makes me happy.
What kind of African are you? You're supposed to be, I forgive.
I'm not the kind of soft one to watch. Oh, you know, I'm sorry. No, that's white man nonsense and theology over there. You know, which has never helped us anywhere as African people. Look at us right now, tear gas.
Nowhere. Yeah, exactly.
You know, because you've been always lied to. This is none of your business. Politics belongs to politicians. Now today, I'm so happy with the way I've seen it. It just makes me happy seeing that people are just outside there. I'm well presented. That is just well enough for me. The first time I see people understanding.
Yeah, it means everything. It means there's awakening happen. Like I said, you're not going to. 20 years change in Africa is happening right now. You're not going to have puppets in 10, 15. They're not going to be able to sustain themselves in Africa, Joby. They're all going to get unalived. It's not going to happen. It's not going to be able to. Africa's changing. Period. The youth. I don't want to hear what my daddy said, my grandma said. They were indoctrinated, and they should sit down and shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear none of that shit no more. I don't want to hear about your groupie religions. I want my power back, and I want our shit back. We should no African, like I told, to no African be impoverished. Nowhere, ever, sitting on the richest goddamn continent on the planet. To Africa, it's supposed to be funding the damn diaspora, not the other way around. That's how wealthy Africa is. So once we take it back unapologetically, we don't give a shit. We take it back. Go ahead, Joey.
I see Juba Juba says an African Continental Navy and Army. I hope I can live long enough to witness it. I know, me too, man. I hope so to me too. I can't wait to see this happen, man. I'm either gonna participate on the war. If I'm not gonna have kids, I'm gonna participate in the war. Trust me, I'm gonna die there. You know, I'm like, bye bye, Black on Fire. This is my tribute to you guys. I'm gonna have to die for Kenya. I'm gonna have to die for Kenya, you know. But yeah, it is a big payback, like Jiba Jaba is saying. Man, Africans, we need to, with everything we're just learning, like with yesterday, what we were learning yesterday. And that's what I was saying, when you try to understand the gap they have created between the Africans in the continent and Africans in diaspora, and where we miss history and why we do not have that rage and anger like the way the Black Americans some have, is because of the miseducation, especially for the
exactly, Joe. Exactly.
Because like with the video I was saying, I was describing yesterday about the woman who went to Gambia. She was saying that her family has not been fully accepted there. And the first thing I posed was not the fact that, you know, Gambia is behind what you're trying to explain yesterday, is the fact that the African person does not understand that this is your sister who was taken away, and they're trying to connect actually back to their roots. It might not be Gambia, but the same thing that guy said, we are the same.
It happened in Gambia, Joby. Gambia had slavery. It happened in Gambia. So they should know their history, but they don't. One of the most famous.
I don't have to be specifically coming to Gambia because
I got you. But
I can go back to Kenya, despite me coming from Congo and all that. Like I can settle anywhere.
But they didn't have these countries. There were no borders. Africans really, Joby, used to go any country they want, any place in Africa they wanted to. See, the borders, the division came with the white man making these fake borders. Then now reclassifying yourself as this, I'm that, I'm this. And what that young man said, I'm not Zambian, I'm not Ghanaian, I'm none of that shit. I'm rejecting all that. I reject it. I'm African. And so that's why you got the same genetics, or a DNA chart, Joby. The Kenyan is the same as the Nigerian. Nigerian is the same as South African. But you hated that the division came when you create these fake borders. But genetically, you're the same people. And also the same people that sit up in goddamn Gambia. You're the same.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I understand that. And the fact that we miss that history, especially from the people in Africa, because we have the miseducation again of what the media, which they control, what they have created, the narrative of the Black Americans are effed up, you know, they are this and this and this in the society. It's where, which makes us, even when you see stories like the Oklahoma, Tulsa,
Oklahoma.
Yeah, the Tulsa story, like what we were checking yesterday, most of the people would be like, maybe this is a made up shit, you know, or maybe this is another movie, you know.
Made up.
Yeah. I'm made up. It is not made up, but some of the Africans see most of these things. If you're not really educated enough, you'll be like, hey, this is another movie just about maybe Black people, or you'd not really get what is really happening if you don't understand the gap that has been created between us and the Africans.
I understand. Exactly, Joe. The miseducation of both African and African Americans. Exactly. But because the white man has controlled our educational system for the last 200 to 300 years, so we've been both miseducated, told to hate each other, told not to understand one another, because that benefited white power. So that's why the Africans didn't even know anything about colonialism. You sit in Africa, you don't know nothing about colonialism. Everything you've been told in your book that some people came in to help you. They came to help you. Now they're the ones wealthy. They came in towards you. You're wealthy. Now you're poor and they're wealthy, and they came to help you. You're like, what? So they don't want to teach you that story. So everything they
it is insane. But to anyone who has been, this is an update of what is happening, and I also see TikTok people are also updating that. Shout out to Empress Kiragu. Cool. I'm not sure if you have been arrested, but shout out to you. I see you're asking Karis for the number. And this is coming from Boniface Mwangi, where I see he says it is too early to get arrested. Let's regroup. Let's study the police movement. In case you get arrested, don't walk, sit down, scream, drag yourself. Don't make it easy for them. Try and run away. And if you manage, which is the number I see, Empress Umeka Apo, if you try to manage to put out, if you manage to put, if they manage to put you in their car, text your name on the number 0716 200 100. 0716 200 100 to any Kenyan who's listening and maybe umeshikwa hapo. Text, that is the number given above, to Boniface Mwangi, and also the TikTok people are updating each other right here. So kindly stay on the radar.
There you go, Joe. That's how you do it. There you go. That's how you do it.
Yeah, so I also see Jibajaba says good book by Carter G. Woodson, the Miseducation.
Miseducation of the Negro.
Yeah, it is crazy, man. I see what is happening, the images of what is happening right here. People have been arrested, tear gas are being thrown. So it is, we can see that this is not going to be easy bill to be passed, or whatever is going to be happening, whatever decision is going to be made, it's not going to be easy. But I've seen one of the updates that was happening earlier. One among the things that they have taken down is the proposed bread, which has been dropped, and they're also going to support on reducing the cost of living, and they're saying that they are doing something about the vegetable oil, so that they do not make it expensive for Kenyans. Well, everything should be taken down from the transfer of
all
money.
of it, exactly, all of it, Joby. They're trying to nitpick. They just say, "Oh, we're going to take note." All of it. We want all of it taken down. All of it.
Everything. I don't believe there should be a picking of number one, number two. Everything should be, like you say, the majority, the voice of the people has spoken, and that is what should actually be happening. But I want to share this video right here of this young man. I don't know if he's a young man, but this African right here, who's talking about Africa.
I hear in the background some damn sirens. There's some sirens in the background, Joby.
Oh, yeah. The ambulance. the ambulance are always loud. The ambulance is super loud, you know. And, you know, it is super loud. But anyway, I want to share this video right here of this guy who's talking about African leaders being recycled, and which is true, because that is what we see. They're always being recycled, and they're recycled kids and educated illiterates, you know, who claim to be also educated, but they're illiterates.
We have equated having things with being, so that those who have things are considered more human beings. They are not arrested, they are not harassed, because they have things. They have Lamborghinis, they have Porsche Cayennes, they have big houses. So every single person now wants to have things. And the best way to get things is either you get miracle money in church, you go to the occult, or you steal. Natif.
That's right. All right. Stealing in church and miracle money. Right.
We've been telling young people, go to school, get educated, then you get a good job, you will be empowered. But in most of our countries, the people who are living the best lives have no education.
Drop out.
The people who are driving the best cars, no education. We've built a culture where we are telling everybody else to comply with governance processes and the instrumental and intrinsic value of governance institutions. And yet those who break the law, either because they are so high up in government, they're untouchable. So high up in the military, they're untouchable. So high up in the police, they're untouchable. They, their children, their cronies, their girlfriends, and their cats seem to live with impunity. And the only people who live subjected to the reformed governance systems and laws are poor people who will never break through the glass ceiling of deified, sanctified, and elevated fiefdom. How do you deal with the in some of our countries,
all of them, elevated fiefdom. That's exactly what Africa is, elevated fiefdom. And they're untouchable because they're the ones that control the government. They're untouchable, the thievery. But the only problem he's got wrong is that they've had an ignorant populace. And now through these apps, the Africans have been waking each other up. So, damn, you mean it's the same thing in Nigeria as it is in Ghana, as it is in Kenya, as it is in Zambia, as it is in... God damn, it's the same shit. That's right. That's right. Go ahead, Joe.
People so badly that sit citizens are by nature bandits and hostile to the state, even the things that is good for them. We have political cadres now occupying significant positions in government because they are loyal. Some of them are fantastically incompetent, but they are wonderful people. Unfortunately, wonderfulness does not cure the underdevelopment challenge or the ability of...
Shout out to the TV 9, shout out to Mwasa, Josie, shout out to Ravasco. Karibuni sana. Let me know what you guys are doing. Are you literally right now at the Mandamano? Are you affected by, because currently I see that people are on TikTok are updating us that they tear gas, they have been arrested. There is a number literally going round in case you have been arrested. That is 0716 100. So in case you get arrested, text up. Yeah,
that's what we are. Back outside, we are public service. We're public service, so keep updating us. Let us know what's happening on the ground in Nairobi.
Of external forces to hijack our governance. The middle class is the worst enemy of governance reforms.
Yeah, because it's so getting educated.
Most instances when our institutions are beginning to fail, the middle class takes an escapist attitude.
We are in Kenya, TV 39. We are in Kenya. Kajiado County.
The middle class, electricity is not being provided. We buy generators and solar power. We don't even hold to account those who collect taxes to make sure we have electricity.
Yeah, electricity
security is not working. We hire private security firms. We are no longer interested in the police. Everything that the middle class does is to delegitimize the state when we are legitimating our comforts. The fact that we have lost faith in the state is what enables the big gulf between the top, the middle, and the bottom. We're recycling thieving elites who are living half the time out in Europe, investing in everything they were stealing out in Europe.
In Europe, everything they steal, we had was all of them. The Hurus, the Rutos, all the bank accounts are in Europe or in the Cayman Islands, over where goddamn Samuel's at. Cayman Islands, where they put all their money in the Cayman Island banks, and the Cayman Island banks, right there where goddamn Samuel's at, right? Everything is sucked out of Africa. Everything is stolen and never kept there. Shout out to President Putin who told the truth. How can you develop a graveyard when these despicable niggas take all the money out of Africa and put it into Europe and the Cayman Islands? How can you develop a graveyard? Because the African doesn't do shit to Africa but go there to die. These leaders don't do nothing but die in Africa. Build me a big monument. Say I was the #1 man in Kenya and Nigeria when they developed nothing. Not a goddamn thing. Go ahead, Joe.
All these young people, you have to be law-abiding. There will not be peace and security. Based on this lie that others have a right to eat and the rest have a right to
go forward.
To silence.
Exactly.
Right?
Silence. Pause again, Joe. What he's saying is exactly what's happening in Kenya right now. See, the victims, they got a right to eat, like Joby said, the balloon stomachs. But you don't have to. So when you go protest, they give you tear gas. You got the right to silence. Shut up. That's what they're showing you. And he's right. Go ahead, Joby.
Progress. Oh, silence. And then you then come to some of the elites. You say, but the things happening in your country, what do you think about them? And they say, hey, Aki, it's bad manners to talk whilst you are eating. So they are silent, observing table manners. We have equated having things with being, so that those who have things are considered more human beings. They are not arrested, they are not harassed because they have things. They have Lamborghinis, they have Porsche Cayennes, they have big houses. So every single person now wants to have things. And the best way to get things is either you get miracle money in church, you go to the occult, or you steal. Natif. So what we have done is created an industry of co-conspirators, right from the top of government the top of mosque and church to the bottom of society. Those who are deemed as the role models, those that are deemed as the philanthropists, are in essence criminals who masquerade in our society. However, and this is the thing that I came to say to you, modern day governance reforms must accept. Others have designs on our countries. You can say, no, my country is small, or my country is peaceful. My country does not fight with anyone. They don't care as long as you have what they need. They are going to come and try and corrupt your politicians, corrupt your citizens. If they can't corrupt them, cause them to rebel against you. If they can't cause them to rebel against you, just cause some discontent. Sorry, I cannot be diplomatic. It is not my duty to be diplomatic. Pan-Africanism is not diplomatic. As black people, we were so, you know, we spent half our time obeying rules. Now, here's the thing. I have a lot of time criticizing what Europeans and Americans and the Asians and others do to destroy our sovereignty. That we must never. However, I would be dishonest if I did not focus that the discontent of the youth, their self-inclusion, is the very fact that our local elite, political, bureaucratic, economic, and etc., have spent half their time disemboweling the state, taking out the honey. Because the people are.
Hi, Wallace. Hi, Wallace. Hi, Wallace. Reply my message.
On the margins, all they're asking for is a little salt, a little bread, a little something to sustain their soul. I think the most politically unconscious by practice are those in most of our country's leadership. Because if they were conscious by having read book, they are not conscious by practice. Because it is not, you cannot be Pan-Africanist by making a great speech at the African Union and then come back and steal all your country's wealth.
Exactly.
That is so Kagame. That is so money. That is so none.
That's all of them, Job. Exactly. Because none of them are Pan-Africans because the Europeans don't want Pan-Africanism.
Minister in a country not too far from here was paid $300,000 US for mining rights for people to get between 3 billion and 40 billion per month. So, my friends, most of the private sector in many African countries is really government senior ministers who, at the point of privatization, privatize the private, and they are the owners. And then they are simply fronts for Western interests. Say no if you want, and I'll produce evidence, right? So when we say private sector-led growth, the people are saying, you are asking us to give the thieves more money. So friends, if we are going to have a private sector, it needs to be not only patriotic, but competent. The median age of leadership in Africa is 64. The median age overall for young people is 19. But the median age of leadership is 64. Now, in most countries, the number of people above the age of 64 is less than 4% of the population. And that 4% of the population controls 80% of power in our countries. The fastest growing industry in all our countries, you do consciousness in school, they undo it in church. So I have a suggestion. It is for government and for the faith sector and others to work around what is it that we're trying to build, what kind of citizens. Because on average, religious entities gather 65% of the population 4 times a week, every week. Even the most effective politician is not able to do that. In some countries, a single religious leader gathers between 30 to 60,000 people in a stadium 3 times a week. And the government has to pay young people to come to a meeting like this because they need facilitation to travel. But those religious leaders get paid by the poor. And I will avoid, for purposes of peace and security, calling any of them fraudulent or false or manipulative, or just simply call them religious leaders. But the poor go and
He said he don't want to ask me about the poor people. He knows they're all fraudulent. He knows all fraudulent and fraudsters.
To build is together with those that control mass opinion on a regular basis. Religion is producing for us politicians. Religion is producing for us business people. Religion is producing for us lecturers. And these people are not going to lecture outside the comforts of their religious base. So I want to suggest religion is a key side of struggle. I need to say this, and I hope someone will hear me in this room. The countries that are leading in manufacturing of goods that we use every day, of technology that we use every day, are not Germany, Britain, France, and America. It's China, India, Turkey, South Korea, and etc. And if you ask us where we are sending our students, spending lots of money for fellowship and scholarships, we are still sending them to the past. That's why they come back with good French, good English, and sometimes even good Spanish. And they cannot produce anything. Electrical engineer, can't fix light bulb. As a former UN employee, I keep telling people, I was part of the lying industry that kept telling people.
The lines, right, lie.
By 2050, 75% of Africans will be living in it. True is because we are not investing in the rural sector. And let me repeat, the majority of conflicts generated by extractive industries or generated by land grabbing or generated by the battle over water are not urban conflicts. Those battles are happening in the rural areas. Now I understand why I was part of those miseducated elites who kept on saying by 2050, 75% of Africans will be living in urban areas. I was preparing our people to leave the land, to leave the rivers, to leave the water, to leave the organic food, to come into town, so that those who were coming with money to take it, to invest for their own countries could come. And because they are not sophisticated in most of our countries, it's easier for big industries.
He tells the truth that he's stupid. He tells the truth that he was stupid because you don't leave your fucking farms and all your fucking land because white people and Asians and Arabs want that shit. You understand that? You've been miseducated to think farmland is backwards. I need to be in the city. Motherfucker. Farmland makes you rich, you moron. Not only does it feed you. Go ahead, Joe.
And sadly, it has actually trapped most of the Africans' mentality. Most of them think that the city life is the life, not knowing what you're really coming into. We see right now that organic foods are, majority of our people are abandoning that and prefer eating noodles and all these processed foods, which you don't know what is possible to you. You come here in the next 5 years.
That's why you're gonna rise on cancer and all this other shit. That's why. So you better start educating yourself. Like he said, he's miseducated. Your organic food keeps you healthy and alive. Your organic food gives you long life. Your organic food is what people are gonna actually pay to buy because they don't want that freaking food shit. They don't want GMOs and made up shit. They don't want that shit. America's food is so much garbage that no one in the world accepts America's food because it's all garbage here in America. That's what they white man ain't taught you. America's food is all garbage, all poison, all freaking food. That's why whenever I believe American go somewhere else and taste it, like, damn, this food tastes good as shit. Because you know what? It wasn't Franken food. Everything. They got this thing on TikTok show you even the cereal that America makes and it's poison here. They showed the boxes of somebody's in Canada and in Europe. The same boxes, same like Captain Crunch or Fruit Loops sold in Europe. The thing is completely different. The ingredients are different. The ingredients are actually natural ingredients. In America, it's all fucking garbage. All Franken food. A Frankenstein monster of garbage that we eat. That's why the birth rate in America's gone down, and the livable rate's gone down because we eat garbage. Everything in America is fucking tampered with garbage. All of it. Most Americans you feel ain't never ate a real food they fucking like and don't even know it. This education don't even know you ain't ate no real fucking food. If you eat anything out the American grocery store, ain't none of that shit real. None of it. If you eat anything out the American grocery store, all that shit is Franken food. Been manipulated by Bill Gates and some other moronic ass, wicked ass cracker. All of that shit. Eating a mouthful of poison. You wonder why you got cancer when you're 50. Oh, I got cancer. I'm fucked up. What's going on with me? Because you've been eating 30 years of Franken food, nigga. That's why. Go ahead.
Yeah, but family, as we wrap it up, CG Bajaba says 30,000 3 times a week. US churches don't have that attendance rate. Damn, that's nuts. It's even beyond that. Trust me. Believe the number is not even that. He has not even given the true numbers. The churches here are crazy, man. Every day or every once a week or twice a week. Trust me, we have
every day. And they wonder why they got no damn development in Africa and all these niggas in church. Ain't nobody building shit. Ain't nobody inventing shit. The whole society's based on nonsense. Oh, Jesus, the Lord, and Allah. But you ain't goddamn got no research and development teaching your child how to invent, how to critically think, how to damn use their imagination. Damn, son, use your imagination. What's needed? Think about it, and they'll be able to pull it from the ether. No, they're too busy. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. Lord Jesus, the Lord, Lord, the Lord, the Lord. Every day is the goddamn Lord. The Lord, the Lord, the Lord, the Lord, the Lord, the Lord.
On the Black Kings frequency. Thank you so much for
singing every goddamn day. It ain't shit changing. The Lord singing, the Lord, the Lord, the Lord.
Shout out to everyone on YouTube, shout out to everyone on Facebook.
Yeah, let me say this before I leave, Joe. Let me say this before you leave. 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 Imagine all these fake niggas in Africa, all supposed to be religious, these fucking politicians. But why do they always pass the most wickedest bills that don't benefit African people? Since they bring in that fake holy shit, then they pass bills to destroy you as a people because it's a fraud, it's a scam. Jesus don't want them to pass that bill. If Jesus was real, he was good. They would say, no, Jesus, I believe in all the Lord and the Jesus and the Lord and the Jesus. He don't want me to pass this bill, so I'm not going to pass it. They know it's a scam for the dumbass masses. They don't give a shit about that shit they telling you. Because they passing this bill and shoot you with tear gas. So spare me the Jesus shit and the Allah shit. Spare me that bullshit. Keep that goofy shit.
Yeah, we wrap it up there, family. Thank you so much.
How much do we need for chicken, Joe? You ready to go get HR's chicken
I'm ready for KFC.
For the people?
I'm ready for KFC.
How much I need to send you for everybody in there?
Off air, God damn it. Off air.
God damn.
Thank you to everyone who tuned in. See you guys later on the Black Kings frequency. I'm not sure if we're gonna have the BHFN countdown. Shmani is not in yet. Kamlesh is not gonna make it today, and Iwaton was on for the morning show. So see you guys on the Black Kings frequency, and later.
Well, let somebody sit in with Irritan. Bring out Christine. She likes to be out in front of the camera. Bring her crazy ass out. Let her sit there and count down Irritan.
Okay, let's see how it goes. Much love. See you guys.
Yeah. You gotta think fast, Joe. We gotta make decisions on the fast.